Hi, I'm Martin, and I'm here at the Garn Test Facility in Arden Hills, Minnesota. And today we are going to demonstrate the proper technique for the removal and replacement of a blower wheel and a motor mount gasket. Now, you may have to do this if the motor goes bad, or the gasket goes bad, or for some reason the wheel goes bad. In all of those cases, you first have to remove the blower wheel. To do that, we need some tools. And the tools we're going to use today, number one thing, are safety glasses. We have some WD-40, a 5/32 Allen wrench, a wheel puller, which will be available shortly on the Garn website, a crescent wrench, some towels, and a 1/4-20 tap with a T-handled wrench driving the tap. Finally, we have some high-temperature anti-seize compound, which we'll use when we replace the wheel. So after you remove the assembly from the Garn boiler, what you do is you set it on a hard surface and balance it wheel up so it can't fall over as you work on this. You should never try to pry a wheel off like this, or with a couple of pry bars. You will distort the wheel, and the wheel will be out of balance permanently, cannot be repaired. These wheels are statically and dynamically balanced for 3450 RPM. Any indentation or slight bending of this wheel will destroy the wheel. So never pry on this wheel like this. The first thing we're going to do in the proper method is we're going to apply some WD-40 to the hub, and you'll find that there are two small holes with threads in them either side of the hub. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our 5/32 Allen wrench, and we're going to loosen two Allen screws that fasten the blower wheel to the shaft. These screws are 90 degrees apart. Then you put the Allen wrench in, loosen it, and then come back out and back it off several turns, maybe 2 or 3 turns, to keep the Allen screw clear of the shaft. The next step is you're going to take your 1/4-20 tap and your T-handle tap wrench, and you're going to run this tap down into the threaded holes that are either side of the hub. They're opposite, directly opposite. They're at the perimeter of the hub, and they're made specifically to allow the use of a wheel puller so that you can pull the wheel without damage. So we'll clean out both threaded holes. What happens in operation is the threaded holes accumulate dust and dirt because they're running in the exhaust stream of the unit, and you won't be able to get your wheel puller bolts to seat properly if you don't clean the threads out first. Fairly simple operation, not hard to do. Next thing you do is you take the wheel puller. The wheel puller has 2 bolts, 1/4-20, and it has a center bolt. What you do is you line the wheel puller over the hub, and you screw in the 2 1/4-20 bolts into the holes you just cleaned. And you want to make sure that those 2 bolts go down at least a 1/4 inch into that hub. If they don't go down far enough, there's a possibility you could strip the threads in the hub. You don't want to do that. I think that's sufficient. And then the long bolt here is centered on the shaft. So you got your 2 screws in the hub, and now this will slide side to side, and that you want to center the long bolt in the shaft like that. And then you just start tightening the long bolt. It's as easy as that. You take your crescent wrench, put it on there, and just start turning the wheel. But notice how easy it is to pull this wheel in this method. I don't have to pry anything. We're letting the bolt do all the work, you know. I mean, it's hardly any force to turn this wheel, and it's coming right off the shaft, as you will see in a second. Obviously, you could turn the wrench if you wanted to. You know, it's up to you how you want to do this. But it's a real simple process. I'm not damaging the wheel. It's made the wheel is set up to use this puller, and we just about have it off. There we go. Very simple, very easy. At this point, we back out the 2 1/4-20 bolts, Be careful not to drop the wheel. Again, you don't want to bend the rim because of the balance. And we can remove the gasket. Next thing we're going to do is remove the key. And a small screwdriver grabbing the end of the key lets you remove the key. You want to clean the key up. Don't lose it. It's got to go back in. And clean the shaft. And that's it.